cap it, flying, flapping, this shit more than rapping. Yeah. Get it in and get it gone, I'm forever. I'm Rob Niro, CEO of Bilderberg Incorporated. Artist from Dayton, Ohio. Grew up on the west side of Dayton, Ohio.
So this project that you got coming out, Diamond in the Rough, is that from that's at a 2-year span? Like from that song now? Just building
I probably started recording Diamond in the Rough a year ago. It's probably been about a year.
Any features on it?
I got some potential features. I don't know what they go through though. Me and Mar did some work. Me and Young King did some work. E-Man Jones just sent me a record 2 days ago. And a few more other people. But I really, honestly, I want to do it just all me. All original music, no features, just to give them a taste of me first. Yeah. Since I've been gone so long, it only makes sense.
And it'll be your second project or
third? My first project was an EP with keys called Swag on them. Then after that, it was a full project, 15 songs called I'm Here. Then this should be my third. Diamond in the Rough.
15 songs?
Yeah. I was young though.
That was I'm saying, but the time frame though back then though, 15 songs, that's what they was putting out then.
For sure.
But now it's like 8, 9.
8, 9, 10 at the most.
10 at the most.
For sure. That's what this project gonna be. 10 records.
You feel like that's enough?
Yeah. Especially coming back in and trying to build a buzz and gain your own lane. I feel like when you're an up and coming artist, you got to try to pull people in, and if it's too much, they're not gonna pay attention to you. They got to be short and sweet.
Because our attention spans is fucked up.
Very, very, very short. Especially in this age with social media, everything's so disposable. Yeah. Quick, flash in the pan. Soon as something come out, all right, what's next? That's how it goes. So if you give it to them short and sweet, it might live a little long.
Yeah. Doing music, what got you into music?
I mean, growing up, I was always a fan of it, you know, being young in the neighborhood, and my cousins would always freestyle, and at school, you know, beat on the tables, freestyle, and things of that nature. It was just a hobby back then, but as I started to get older, started to take it a little more serious. My older sister had a friend that did music when I was probably like 11, 12. He used to come over to see her. He'd tell her he was going to the studio, so I just tag along, just sit in and just see what was going on. I realized I loved it. Then I always loved certain artists like Tupac. I love the way that he put his life and his passion, his heart into his music. I always loved artists like Jay-Z. It's just the way their music is autobiographical. And I've been through a lot of pain, ups and downs in life. And it was a way, like an escape, a way to express yourself, so to speak. And I think I was about 12 or 13. I wrote my first rap. I remember sitting out the window, I wrote my first rap. I was listening to Nas, Project Windows. I used to live in Western Manor on the coast off James A. And I remember I was sitting in my room listening to Nas featuring, Ronald Isley, Project Windows. And I wrote my first rap. I remember that. And the rest is history.
Just off the people you named, Pac, Nas, like you can hear that in your music. Like you can hear that influence.
For sure.
You feel like that's something you big on is content?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I like to keep substance in my music. That's the era I grew up in. That's the era I come from. I just like substance. I like to talk about something. I don't like to just... I can give you melodies and things of that nature because I can hold a note and make music and different vibes. But I want you to be able to take something from it. I want to give you a record that 10 years from now is going to feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's definitely a big part.
On that Diamond in the Rough, the intro? That is hard, man.
Shout out to Dre Manuel for that production.
When you first put it out, like, I didn't really listen to it. I downloaded it because I support anybody's shit. That if I see a nigga post some shit, I'm gonna go download it. So I go download it, but then I go back and I listen to it, and the way it come on, it was sample. Was it a sample? And then you say it just feel like it's talking to you.
Yeah, that's like what it did.
2-step to this.
Yeah.
So you get to it, and on the record you said something about your music hard, but you fake or something like that. Something to that extent.
What did I say? Your music dope, but you was a liar. I am not impressed. Yeah, like I see a lot of that going around. Like certain artists glorifying a lifestyle or something that they didn't come from for shock value,
Yeah.
I don't respect that. If you didn't come from that or you wasn't raised in that, even if you grew up around it, you could speak from the sense of seeing it and experiencing it that way. But if you never had no partakings in that type of lifestyle, I don't think you should speak on it. Because it's younger people and younger artists that's watching that, they might take that the wrong way.
So you believe that music influences people's decisions?
Of course, it's the biggest influencer of people, for sure.
But I mean, your music, you talk about, selling drugs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying sell drugs. You're just saying what you've been through. So it's not really.
Yeah, like I'm the type of artist, I speak from a perspective of being raised in it. Like, it's really what I come from. My mom was a street nigga. Like, I never knew my pops, but my mom was a street nigga, my uncle, my aunts. It's just, I'm engulfed in it. I always wanted to be more than that, but like the scripture reads, you bring a child up in the way they should go and they shall not depart from it. So it's hard to outgrow where you come from. Don't get me wrong, I'm pulling it off pretty good. No criminal records, none of that nature. I done partook in things, but I know how to move, I can say. But I never glorify it. Like, I got another song on the mixtape. When it drops, people gonna hear it. One of the lines was, I'd rather live out my dreams and eat with my friends than to hustle in these streets till I'm old or go to the pen. People won't tell you that. They just glorify it. I don't want to, you feel me? I don't want to be a part of none of that. This is what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do.
Make music.
Yeah.
Build shit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, being out here.
Yeah, I want to own a $1 million company one day. Lead the way for my family and open doors for the people around me. Show them a different way. Because it's definitely a different way.
You never had your father?
Mm-mm. I got one memory of my dad. I was probably about 4 years old, sitting outside my grandma's house on Denison, right across from Dunbar High School. I'm outside playing in the front yard. A guy pull up in a convertible, 6'4" Impala, something like that. Him and 4 other dudes. He hops out, walks up the steps, gave me a hug, gave me a $10 bill, left. Now that the memory goes back, I really didn't realize that till I grew up. Like, who was that? But the description that people give me of who my father was, now I know that's who it was. But that's the only time where I've ever seen him or experienced anything about it.
So y'all ain't bumped into each other now, or? Yeah.
I mean, I know my so-called brother and sister. I went to school with somebody that says we got the same father, but I never met him. It's just hearsay. So I really don't know. It's who my mom always told me my dad was, but until I meet you, it's just hearsay.
And you said you took a gap in between music.
Mm-hmm. Well, from, like I said, when I was 19, my younger brother, not my brother, but named Marcus, I used to just be in my basement recording. I think I had a program on my computer, Mixcraft or something like that, and I used to record and just record music, push it to the side, record music. He took it upon himself to make a CD. He burnt 10 songs on a CD. He went around the city and passed it out. Long story short, he ended up getting a CD to a guy named Keys. He had a record label, Time Bomb Records. He pulled up on me 2 days later at my house. Brought me outside. He talked to me like, you got talent. I believe in what you're doing. You got raw talent, and I'm willing to put whatever behind it that you need to be put behind it. Long story short, we get acquainted. Me and Keys get cool. He holding up his end of the bargain. We went on a 30-city tour. We didn't finish it, but we just went around promoting flyers everywhere, passing out CDs, selling CDs. We went to Chicago, New York, Miami, Tennessee, Indiana. Where else did we go? I said Tennessee. My first show was in Tennessee. We went to like 3 more places.
How old was you then?
19.
Okay.
19, turning 20, because I remember when we went to Atlanta, I was too young to get in Magic City. I had to stand outside. I remember that. But yeah.
They could have let you in. You was an artist.
All right, yeah. I stood out there, though. I caught artists coming out. I caught Akon coming out. I caught Killer Mike coming out. No, I take that back. It's a lie. I caught Killer Mike coming out of Club Crucial, and I rapped for him on camera. But I caught Wyclef coming out. I caught Dwayne Wade coming out, Michael Beasley. So it was good. They probably wouldn't pay no attention in the club. Feel me? They occupied, but coming out, I got to catch you. So it played how I was supposed to.
And so in that situation, then you stopped doing music, or something happened that made you stop doing music?
What happened was, on one night, we was all in my house. I used to live over off Danner on the west side of Dayton. We all in my house. It was probably like 10 of us. Me, Bupac, comedian.
Yeah.
That's my bro. Him, about 4 or 5 of our other dudes. His baby mom, Keys, and like 3 more people. I hear knock at the door. We upstairs, Keys downstairs. And there's some people in the basement. I hear knock at the door. So I hear Keys let somebody in. He called my name like, Niro, come here. He asked me for something. I take it down to him. I go back upstairs. 3 minutes later, I hear gunshots. Bah, 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 bah. 6, 7 gunshots. I run out the room. We all run downstairs. Door wide open. The baby sitting in the swing. The swing is flipped over on the newborn baby. Keys laying on the ground. He shot up in his stomach. Shot up all in his back. They tried to rob him while we was all upstairs. So like I told you, he was the investor. This put a hold on all that. He had a colostomy bag. He got a heel up in the hospital. He can barely walk, losing weight. It just put a complete halt on everything. After that, he ended up doing 2 years in jail. So I'm like, what else is to do for me to do in Dayton? I might as well leave. I'll take a trip to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta for 4 years. I went down there and started doing the music, passing out CDs. I'm mingling. I'm moving around. But I realized I didn't have enough manpower. It was just me by myself. And then I came back here. I decided to come back here after 4 years down there because my grandma was on her deathbed. She was passing away. Ended up coming back up here at about 2014, 15, one of the two. Probably was the end of 2014. And when she passed away, I ended up staying too long and just turmoil going through it with my ex. Just, you know how life get. It'll throw you off your rocker. Ended up losing the passion, the dedication. Now I'm back.
Yeah, and so is that why it's called Diamond in the Rough?
Yeah, and it's also called Diamond in the Rough, being that we from Gem City. We all diamonds in the rough. You a diamond in the rough. I'm a diamond in the rough. Mama Monroe is a diamond in the rough. Don is a diamond in the rough. We got some of the most talented individuals in all the fields, whether it's music, entertainment, females that do hair, lashes, whatever the case may be. We some of the most flyest in the world. You feel? I know you've been everywhere. We all diamonds in a row. We just from a small market, so it's hard for them to see it. Yeah. And I feel like we all will shine through if we just keep putting the work in. Like the process that it takes a piece of coal to become a diamond. You never pay attention to the coal, but when the pressure builds on it and it becomes a diamond, then you love it.
Everybody want one.
Yeah, you feel me? You just gotta keep moving. It'll work out like it's supposed to. You'll shine later.
Speaking of the city, you feel like your music goes unnoticed in the city?
Yeah, for sure. Not by everybody, because I see how people react to me when they see me out and the messages and things that I have in my inbox and the way people share the music. But just as a whole, I don't think they do. But I think partially it's my fault from the time I took off. Shouldn't have took that much time away.
You got to build it back up.
Got to build it back up. It's cool. I'll take it on the chin because I know what I got. They'll see it. It'll make sense in the end, for sure.
It's definitely hard.
Yeah, it'll make sense in the end.
The music there, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You got the double B's?
Yeah. Build a bird. Just about doing the impossible. I was always inspired. Like when I was on the plane, just sitting in the terminal looking at the planes, it just dawned on me like this was created by 2 people from my city, 2 brothers. This plane sitting outside was created by 2 people from my city. And that always took a toll on me. Like, it might not make sense, but they built a man-made bird. It was basically impossible when they set out to do it.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? Like, I bet the people around them was looking at them like, what? You gonna build a what?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no way in hell y'all about to pull that off. They pulled it off. They did the impossible. So I started my own label. Like, what made me start my own label was I ran into investors, different investors here and there. They're coming to your life. They want to help you, but then when it's not moving as fast as they want it to move, they jump ship. And that's okay. It's business. It's not personal. You're supposed to get a return on your investment in a certain time that you set out to do it. So it's understandable. But what I wanted to do is put all the eggs in my basket to where I move when I want to move. I'm not going to jump ship on myself. Yeah. I know how to maneuver and move around with the music and take the funds and put it back in. I know how to do it on my own, just from experience on dealing with certain situations. I never want nobody to have that power over me to be able to jump ship on me and then I'm stuck thinking what's next.
Depending on people.
You feel me? I'd rather do it on my own. As much as I could possibly do on my own. Build leverage. If I do want to jump into another situation later on down the line, I got leverage. I got a catalog. I got my own brand, my own label.
Music dope, but you's a liar. I am not impressed. Past relations broke my trust, won't give no more than sex. Just read a text from my new bitch that said I'm not your ex. Commitment.